Good afternoon. We'd like to welcome Towne to Country Music Matters.
Oh, hi.
Now, you guys are new to us and new to some of our fans, so let's introduce yourselves and tell us a little about.
Okay, my name is Stevie Steves.
And I'm John Decius.
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And I'm originally from Monticello, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We met at a writing seminar in Wyoming, and back in 2010. And we found out while we were in Wyoming that we were neighbors in Nashville and didn't know it. So we came back to Nashville and started writing together and performing the music that we were writing. And I don't know, we started a band because people wanted our music, a copy of our music. So we thought maybe it was worth going for.
Yeah,
and so
definitely.
Since then, I mean, honestly, since we met, we've kind of been inseparable and doing the music ever since.
Yeah.
So, when you hear reviews of your music, are they pretty spot on? You feel?
You know what? Generally, they are, and I actually like the ones that surprise me. You know, like we'll get the throwbacks, like you're like Fleetwood Mac, or
like Lady Antebellum and Fleetwood Mac mixed.
yeah, mixed together.
And so that's always makes us feel good because we like both of those acts. Anytime you're compared to some of your heroes, it's shocking because you don't think that of yourself, you know.
Right.
But it feels good to think that other people think that about you.
Now, as you started going in your career, what did you find most interesting?
Interesting. Well, I'll tell you. So I'd been in bands since I was in middle school, but I had never been in a band with a girl before. That was interesting for a lot of things, but it's been very good. And yeah, it's amazing. You find out a lot about yourself. Mm-hmm. It's kind of so it's been good.
Yeah.
It's taught me patience, and it's taught me that sometimes girls they just take a little bit longer. They do their hair, but you know it's
You're gonna
totally
be nice to me.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
It's totally worth it.
Okay, first of all, we do our hair. Look at this hair.
I know.
It takes
I know.
him
I am
longer.
waving on this conversation.
It takes him longer to do his hair than it takes me to do mine. FYI. Okay. Next question.
Okay, so that was interesting for you to learn, wasn't it?
John has had more hairstyles in the past 5 years than I have my entire life.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true.
He looks good no matter what he does with his hair. So.
Good comeback.
Yeah.
Good save there.
Yeah, that's me.
Who's been your biggest mentor?
Biggest mentor. In music, I don't know. That's a tough one. I wasn't sure I had the nerve to come to Nashville and write music. I was kind of like a lost puppy back in Pennsylvania. I just didn't know where to go. And my first band I was ever in, Ralph Breckhart.
Yeah.
We were in a band. They inducted me into their band that they had for over 30 years, and I became this lead singer. And he's like, kid, you got what it takes. You got to go to Nashville. You got what it takes. And still to this day, we text each other, and he makes sure we're doing all right, and that I'm feeling good. And so he was a big part in all that, introducing new music to me and all of that. So he's been a pretty big mentor in that way.
You know, I'm glad that you asked that question because I've never really thought about it. I've had some pretty incredible mentors through my time.
Yeah.
But I would really have to say that the person that's had the most effect on me would be Stevie. And it's true. And I just made up for the last name, right? But no, on a serious note, I mean, I've been playing music for a long time, but I think that she has taught me more than anybody that I've ever encountered. So I guess it would kind of be her.
Oh, sweet.
What do you feel the advantages of living in a small town and coming from a small town?
I like people. I like getting to know people on a more personal level because it means a lot to me. Growing up, we knew everybody's grandparents and their grandparents and dinner schedules. you know, and just that sense of family kind of wherever you go. And when we're on the road, it's just important to us to connect. You know, obviously you want that musical connection, but when you get off stage, I want to know you, you know, and I think that if I grew up in a city, I'd probably, like with a whole bunch of people, I probably would like deflect a lot of that personal experience, you know? So I think being from a small town has got a lot of advantages and benefits.
I think I never thought about that, but you're so on point. Being from a small town, it's very interactive, and everybody knows everybody, and you're all friends. And you know, music is all about the fans. So after shows, going out and being able to just become friends with these people is something that I was never from a big city. I don't know if it's the same thing, but I know from a small town, it's very welcoming.
Now, you released the song Games We Play. How do you guys decide? You may have music you've written. What point do you get to and say, okay, we're going to put these here on this album or EP?
You know, it takes, luckily, I mean, we play out as much as possible. So we kind of like do this trial and error thing. I mean, for as much as we write, we can't possibly fit all of our music into one show. As much as sometimes we would love to, but
Sure.
So we write a new song and we'll take it out, and it really depends on the feedback, you know, because we love, I mean, I love a lot of the songs we write, but, you know, maybe it just doesn't connect, and that's the biggest thing for me. I want the music to connect with you. I want it to say something. I want you to feel something, and right off the bat, I mean, we'll write a song, go out, and we're like, you know what, that's a keeper. We got to do something with this because of the response. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
Well, and sometimes you write a song that you really like, and then you go out and play it, but it doesn't feel like something you would sing. You know, it might be something that you would write because you believe that, but for whatever reason, sometimes you're just playing songs and it just doesn't feel like you.
Right.
And sometimes that happens, and so you don't record those maybe because they're hard to do every night.
It's hard to narrow it down, but we do. We try.
Is this your first CMA Fest?
This is our second. We were here last
Well,
year.
we have been we've been involved on a small scale. Like last year, we did only like maybe one or two things, but this is our first year where we're really in the belly of the beast, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
And
we're very
you guys
excited.
still get starstruck?
Yeah.
Still?
I mean, I'm pretty good at faking that, you know, but I'm sure, well, actually, probably not. I mean,
I just had a moment actually
Did you?
at our manager and Copperline Music Group's booth. They're set up right next to Ray Stevens' booth. And growing up, and it sounds so lame, but I was a giant Ray Stevens fan. I had all the video cassettes, you know, with the, and they call him Stray, you know, and with the squirrel. Anyhow, huge fan. And I told our girl Alyssa over here, I said, you let me know when Ray Stevens is here, please, because I want to meet that guy.
Yeah.
And
So you do get starstruck.
yes.
Yeah.
I do.
I want to meet you, Ray Stevens.
Okay, it's out there.
It's out there. It's out there.
What do we have on schedule for the rest of the year? The year's already half over, so what else we have going
Isn't
on?
that crazy? Well, what I am really looking forward to is we're playing the Pilgrimage Festival in Franklin this year, and like when we found out that we were playing that, I was like, what? Because Justin Timberlake and Eddie Vedder are like the headlining guys, and then like you just look at the poster and just every single artist, you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, you know, you're just like totally freaking out, and then you see our name down there, we're on it. It takes you a while to get, but we're on there, and so like that was a cool moment for me. It was like a big highlight of 2017.
We're just getting that recognition.
Yeah,
that somebody
crazy.
reached out to
It
bring
feels
us there.
really good.
Yeah.
It feels like you've accomplished something. And as far as going back to being starstruck, you know, when it comes to country artists, like we see them all the time. You know, we're hanging out with Charles Kelly at just a barbecue and things like that. So I think we sometimes forget on the countryside just because we're so in it. But if I meet like Eddie Vedder,
He's gonna pass out.
I don't know what I'll do.
He's gonna pass out
Yeah.
or say something really
Something real dumb.
really dumb.
That's what I do.
I'm going to let that fly. Okay, I'm going to pass on that one there. Anything else you want your fans to know? Like, you guys are pretty active on social media.
Yes.
How do you feel that the impact of that?
You know, I mean, I love pictures and I love videos and I like doing all of that stuff. The more followers we get, the more I want to like just feed them with as much crazy, weird stuff as possible. And they really like it, you know. And it is really important. And it means a lot to us
Because it's all about them. Without them, none of this happens. So yeah, it's very important to us. And look us up at Towne Music, TOWNE Music. And Steve will feed you with as much silly, off the wall stuff as you can handle.
Yeah.
And we'll take it. Okay, I want to thank you both for joining us this afternoon. It's been great fun, and welcome to Country Music Matters. Enjoy the rest of CMA Fest.
We will. Thank you.